be locked and loaded. Nobody safe around me. I'm about to spread around.
Hey there, everybody. Got a good drive in. Was able to get the podcast in today, talking about career progression and really moving that passion project to your full-time gig and how someone can go about that, and understanding that it's going to take time, right? So a lot of people, they went to college for 4 years and they might have worked for, another 10. And so those 14 years now need to be translated as you run after that passion project, because you're basically starting at zero. You might have a lot of strong desires, but you need to transfer all those skills that you've gained into a new employment, into a new industry, into a new role. And so that requires patience for yourself. Was able to listen to some scriptures on the way in, feed that spiritual side, and then just posted up my vlog for my first post on Insta. So just was putting out that caption. Let's go. Hey there, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Whoops, pulled it out there. Had a good day. Ended up, sorry, trying to get the mind right. Was able to have a good one-on-one. I'm going to keep that one going. Was able to have a good coaching session with one of the reps that works that just started a couple weeks ago, and then was able to go to a network meeting at 10:30. Great conversation about what she does, what her value is, who she's looking for, what's an ideal candidate. Also, she was telling me a little about what her husband does professionally, and seeing if there's a good referral relationship there. Number two was there was someone that she wanted to introduce me to in a networking forum, just because for me there's certain professions that ideally match people that are also looking to grow and looking to work with the same ideal client base. And so she was able to write down a name. Actually, she had a little booklet. I used the same thing and jotted down a name, and actually when I got back to the office, there was already an email introducing me and CCing me on an email to introduce me to that individual. So really like that prominence, that professionalism is key. After that, came to the office, had a conversation with someone that things just didn't go as well as planned, and so we were able to shift and get excited about kind of the next steps of what she's going to do. And she didn't pass a specific exam, and so what we're going to be able to do is still be able to move forward, just not with the same program that we wanted to, and be able to adjust it for her, what she was looking for, and still keep us on pace. And had a great conversation there. And so for us, just so you're aware, we have a specific process in the way that we onboard people when they're new employees. And I'd say have a look at that in your own organization. What are you doing to be able to make sure that people get the same training and development? You're going to adjust it and customize it for that individual based on their own experience. However, things shouldn't get missed in the process. And then I got into organizational mode, which really isn't my strong suit, but it needed to get done today. A lot of different things that were printed out, a bunch of different files. So putting things in files, paperwork, marketing material, in order to make it organized going forward. And then I was transferring out a bunch of scratches and thoughts, particularly in a book that I call Rolling On. It's some of my thoughts when it comes to leadership and career and climbing the corporate ladder, perseverance, relationships, parenting. So it covers a whole range of different things, and I use my last name On as kind of the fun thing about it. So it's called Rolling On, and then it's social media, social on social, perseverance, keep on keeping on, move on when it comes to dealing with change. You kind of get the picture. And I have this idea of cranking out a bunch of different little booklets. So instead of a one long massive book, tiny little booklets that then can eventually then be incorporated into larger books. This comes from the concept of what my sons have, and a lot of times they're elementary age books. They're small little snippets that teach one principle or just one story, but then you can incorporate into one massive volume, and that's the idea. Can I create small little areas of interest on leadership and career progression and entrepreneurship, and just these little bite-sized pieces that eventually I can just incorporate into one massive book, or it can just be sold, kind of sold separately, if you will, in a volume. That was the day. So now I'm up here at City Center in Houston with one of the VPs from the corporate office, having dinner with him, and it should be exciting. Sherman's out. Hey there, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic now the moment that you watch this video. I hope that for those of you that have a little bit of a passion project or enjoyment doing something, that you share that with the world. You share that with others. For me, truly one of my hobbies, a place that I get enjoyment, is social media. A lot of times people ask, where does all this content come from? Where do you think of this stuff? It just comes on the fly. I don't have to think a lot about it just because they're things that I enjoy talking about, whether it's leadership or climbing the corporate ladder, entrepreneurship, social media, personal development. The things that I'm working on, they're things that I enjoy. And so that passion comes through, that energy comes through because I'm living it. And so I'm journaling a little bit with you at the same time and just talking about some things that are really enjoyable. So for me, definitely engaging in social media, for me, is totally a hobby. It's fun. What about you? What's your passion project? Sherman's out.